wins that they've put together have been against really good opponents. And Jordan Love, he's not the only reason, but he's a big reason why they've been able to win those games, because he's been the best quarterback on the field for the last 3 weeks. And when you watch him, he does seem like he's gotten more and more comfortable with his role as the quarterback and the things that he's being asked to do. And I think Matt LaFleur has gotten more comfortable with the things that Jordan Love likes to do as well. And then in addition, it's a young group offensively. It's the youngest group in all of football on the offensive side of the ball. Young wide receivers, they've all grown together. So it's been nice to see. And I do know that when you're a young team like they are and you put together the wins that they have, this is a fun time of the season for them. And we'll see what they're able to do. They got to take care of business tonight.
Yeah, Packers came into this season wondering if they had the quarterback of the future after Favre, after Aaron Rodgers. The answer may very well be yes. Can't wait to watch Jordan Love and the Packers go to work tonight. You are watching the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. In that game, and they did a week ago, in that home win over Kansas City. Here's a return by Keyshawn Nixon. He's been good doing just this, and he's only able to make it out to the 25. And that's where Jordan Love will set up shop on this little 3-game winning streak. The numbers have been outstanding over the last 5 games. He and the Packers have gone 4-1. You see the touchdowns to interceptions. 8 touchdowns, no picks over the 3-game win streak.
3 big wins against good football teams, and they had their backs against the wall at 3-6. And with those opponents, you really didn't know what it might look like 3 weeks later. But 3 big wins. Jordan Love, of course, has been a big reason why.
He handled the blitz well against the Chiefs and Steve Spagnuolo, and he is going to have to handle it again here tonight. Here's a little push pass and a nice pickup on first down by Jaden Reed, as around the left side he's able to pick up 5. Here is the offense, coordinated and called by Matt LaFleur. A.J. Dillon at tailback. Aaron Jones, 3rd straight missed game with that knee injury.
Well, and with Aaron Jones being out of the lineup once again tonight, I think we're going to continue to see what we just saw to open up this game with Jaden Reed, getting him the ball. Yes, he's a big part of what they do within the passing game, but he's gotten more opportunities as a runner because of the explosiveness that they've lost not having Aaron Jones on the field.
2nd down and 5, and a handoff to Dillon, trying to fight his way for a first down, and he has it. Brought down by Nunez Roches, and a gain of 7. Wink Martindale, when we talked to him, he coordinates this defense. He said you can't play Green Bay and not think about Aaron Rodgers. You just couldn't blitz him. He'd get rid of it. He'd find the open guy. But he thinks that there will be opportunity tonight against the first-year starter Jordan Love.
Yeah, and it wasn't like Aaron Rodgers kept him from blitzing, because as we know, Wink Martindale is going to blitz no matter who's playing quarterback, but he will be coming after Jordan Love.
Here is the first throw, semi downfield, and he finds his tight end Tucker Kraft, the rookie from South Dakota State, in a gain of 7.
This is a pretty good start right now for Green Bay. I like what Matt LaFleur has done offensively. I've liked him since he came in as the head coach of the Packers, and the way that he's been able to call plays and set things up. They're without Christian Watson tonight, and so they're shorthanded with a big play guy in Watson. But LaFleur, he manages his personnel and puts together a game plan each week that gives these guys a chance to win.
I think it's a little different for LaFleur, too, and we'll talk about that. 2nd down and 3, and we're going to have a false start to make it 2nd and 8.
False start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Troy, is it fair to say that even for LaFleur, he's a little bit more in control now about what they do offensively without Aaron Rodgers, who they did what Aaron wanted? It's the way Aaron wants it. That's the way you'd want it with any veteran quarterback like Rodgers. But now it's more on LaFleur trying to mold this young quarterback.
Yeah, I think it was a collaboration in the past between Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers, and as it should be when you've got a veteran Hall of Fame quarterback on your hands. Another penalty. Looks like it's going to go against the Packers once again.
DJ Davidson came across. The question was there a flinch by the center, Josh Myers? Land Clark in your living room 2 straight plays.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 98. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So it's against Davidson, and they get those 5 yards right back. It's like the false start never happened.
There you go. We'll take a look at it right there at the nose. Yeah, good call. So they pick up those 5 yards. But, yeah, to go back to your point, Joe, I agree with you that then with Aaron going, of course, to the New York Jets, it allows LaFleur then to kind of put together the offense that he's most familiar with Jordan Love, and then do some of the things that are best suited for him.
Here's a blitz, and the quick throw out to Dobbs is incomplete to bring up 3rd down and 3. There is Matt, who had the 3 straight division titles his first 3 years. And he wants his offense to hurry it up, as Adoree Jackson was late getting out there on 3rd down. Incomplete on the throw to Wicks. That'll bring up 4th down, and the offense will check out, and the punt team will check in for Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, and that's one that Jordan Love obviously would want back, because he's got Dontavian Wicks, and corner was soft and got everything that he wanted, just not able to deliver him the football. And I think when you look at what Love has been able to do, here during this win streak, he has been more accurate with the football. Just a missed opportunity there on 3rd down.
Daniel Whelan will punt it away, with Gunnar Olszewski coming up. Back for the Giants.
Yeah, and we heard Lisa talking with Saquon Barkley, and he said who wouldn't want to live at home and have their mom cook them a home-cooked meal. But Alexandra DeVito, she hasn't cooked many meals, according to her son, because Tommy said everyone's delivering the meals to the house. I mean, that's a win for everybody.
From the 21, Tommy sets up and fires a rocket out to the left, and it's in and out of the arms of Jalen Hyatt, who's become one of his top targets in the short time he's been a starter. The other thing about it is from the parents' side. I mean, it's one thing from Tommy's side, but what a time in the lives of these two people who have their son playing for the hometown team, and they have their son living at home. I got girls that live in New York. I wish they lived at home every day.
Yeah, that's what every parent would say.
Here is a nice carry by Saquon Barkley. He is close to 1st down yardage. Depends on where they put it down, either 3rd and inches or a 1st down, and they've indicated that it's a 1st down.
Well, I would expect to see a heavy dose of Saquon Barkley. That's kind of the game plan, no matter who's playing quarterback. But he is the big play threat, and they haven't had many of those through the course of the season. Barkley has given them that on the ground. The offensive line has had some issues. They've had a number of players that have been injured that they've had to rely on. But Saquon Barkley, even when there hasn't been a lot there, he's been able to get some down, hand it off to Barkley. He comes right back and picks up the 1st.
That extra offensive lineman that checked in is Mark Lewinsky. You saw him motion to the other side of the formation, and Barkley gets ripped to the ground by Devontae Wyatt, who is playing better and better up front for the Green Bay Packers. Here's the offense, quarterbacked by Tommy DeVito. Mike Kafka is the offensive coordinator. Barkley, and then they've got this group of receivers. And Troy, an offensive line, he talked about it in our opening. They've got one stud on the offensive line in left tackle Andrew Thomas, but it's been a revolving door up there, and the sack totals prove it.
Yeah, and Andrew Thomas, he missed 7 games during the season. He's just back now for his 6th game since he missed that time. So they solidify the left tackle position, but they've had 14 different players that have played in the offensive line this year.
Here is a shot for Slayton, and he did not get his hand around, and a flag comes flying at the end. Coverage by Carrington Valentine, and Darius Slayton may have been interfered with.
Pass interference. Defense number 37. 1st down at the spot of the foul.
Well, yeah, I'm joking here, but is that a make good on last week's PI that they didn't call against Kansas City? I don't know, but come right out of the box. Here you've got Carrington Valentine on Slayton, a little bit of a grab there, and they make the call. Now, was that a catchable ball? Was it not a catchable ball? You can make the argument, but nevertheless, they get Valentine for pass interference.
Well, Carrington would say to you, Troy Aikman, I don't know what pass interference you're talking about. I didn't see a flag on the field. There was no pass interference.
Well, he would be right. Mr. Valentine.
That was on Sunday night in their win at home over Kansas City. DeVito out to his right. Got a little room in front of him and out of bounds at midfield. Now 2 plays ago, Barkley's coming in right now, but he hit his head right here.
Yeah, that was when Devontae Wyatt slammed him to the ground.
He checked right out of the game, but 2 plays later, he's back in there for a 2nd down and 5.
Well, that's a good thing. Can't imagine if you're Tommy DeVito having to go through this game without Saquon Barkley because of the reasons that I stated just a little bit earlier. He's a big play threat, and there's not a lot of those.
Right back into Barkley's arms, and it's well played by Green Bay. Up front to make that stop, Isaiah McDuffie, a linebacker who head coach Matt LaFleur really likes. They're without Quay Walker, and McDuffie makes that stop.
They're trying to get Justin Pugh, the left guard, on him, but McDuffie, he beats him. You see, he just sees it right away, and so he hits it. He plays downhill. Now, Quay Walker is not playing tonight, and so we're going to see a lot of Isaiah McDuffie, and that's what he brings. Quay Walker is not as good in run support, but Isaiah McDuffie does an outstanding job on that play, recognizing it and hitting the hole.
3rd down and 8. Packer fans making noise. Here is one out of the reach of Wan'Dale Robinson, and 4th down comes up for the Giants as Daboll just saw his young quarterback miss an open receiver.
Yeah, and you don't see Wan'Dale Robinson get down the field all that much, but he runs a good route. You see as he comes off the line of scrimmage, and he has all kinds of separation, and DeVito just not able to put it on him.
For a moment, the offense stayed out there for the Giants, but now Brian Daboll thinks better of it and sends the punt team out there with a guy who's having a really good season in Jamie Gillen. Jaden Reed, the rookie, waits for it. Is able to break 1 tackle and cross the 15. A flag is down on the far side of the field. His first guy there was Nick McLeod. And an eventful 2-yard return by Jaden Reed. Let's get the call from Land Clark.
During the kick, personal foul, illegal blindside block, receiving team number 36. That penalty will be enforced after the goal. 1st down, Green Bay. Timeout.
It's against the rookie safety Anthony Johnson. I just had John Perry in my ear say, blindside block, Joe. But he's not with us. He's working 2 games tonight. He'll be here if we need him. There's the blindside block that cost the Pack. No score early in Jersey. We've seen him grow. We've seen this offense grow. The receiver room, as we've said already twice, they're without Christian Watson, who is by far, according to Matt LaFleur, the leader of that young receiver group. We see rotation up on the offensive line. They're still figuring some things out, but they're really getting better here in the 2nd half of the season. No score, 2nd possession with A.J. Dillon in the backfield. And he will get it, try to cut back, and he is right into the arms of Micah McFadden. No gain.
You know, and I think that when you hear people talk in that locker room about Jordan Love, it's real as far as their respect for him and their admiration for him. And these guys want to come out and play well for him as well. I mean, they like the way that he's handled himself. He was the backup to Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. He gets his opportunity. Hasn't always been pretty. He certainly has been heavily scrutinized, and as you would expect when you're replacing Aaron Rodgers and the legacy that's at that position for the Packers. But he has gotten more and more comfortable, and he's been playing at a pretty high level the last 3 games.
Here's Dobbs, has to reach out to make that grab before. Well, this, if Aaron Rodgers is watching this game, is going to make him turn off Monday Night Football, because it'll just make him sick. Yes, we're doing it through 12 starts. We're not saying he's the next Aaron Rodgers. We're not saying he's the next Hall of Fame quarterback, but through 12 starts, eerily similar numbers between 10 and 12 for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously it's a little different game right now than the one that Aaron Rodgers broke into when he took over as a starter for Brett Favre. But with that said, I think Aaron would be the first to acknowledge that Jordan Love has gotten better as this season's gone along as well.
Here's a playoff schedule, and through the hands of A.J. Dillon, he was open. And that's a couple of errant throws on a windy night here tonight in the Meadowlands. 3 and out for Green Bay.
Yeah, a couple throws that have just gotten away from Jordan Love, because once again in the pocket he had a lot of time. You see Matt LaFleur, he can't believe it. That's 2 third downs now that, you know, he's been able to dial up an open receiver and just have not been able to get the ball to him.
Second punt for Whelan, with Oshesky waiting back for the Giants. And this just hits a wall of wind, and then Oshesky, trying to get up to it, ran into Rudy Ford. And Oshesky, that was like just running into a wall, because his eyes were on the ball. He didn't see Rudy Ford, and they throw a flag. Watch this collision.
Yeah, and he's still down on the ground after this.
Right into the hip.
Interferes with the opportunity to catch the kick. Kicking team number 20. A 15-yard penalty. First down, New York. Timeout.
I mean, you can see his eyes are on the ball, and he doesn't even really see Rudy Ford, who indicates that he's okay, but was in some serious pain after running into Rudy Ford. That'll be a big game. Baltimore and Miami. They play at Baltimore week 17. It may very well decide who the #1 seed is in the playoff picture, as Wan'Dale Robinson gets it on the end around and carries it for 5. We have seen 2 special teams penalties called against the Green Bay units, and for Green Bay, they are the most penalized special teams group in the NFL. They kind of quieted those down, but now they have 2 tonight and 19 for the season.
Special teams is heavily penalized. Their offense is heavily penalized as well. Some of that you would expect, as young as they are.
A false start will cost the Giants.
False start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's against Phillips, who has taken over for Neal at right tackle. Evan Neal is missing his 4th straight with a left ankle injury, and Tyree is guilty of the 5-yard penalty, which backs up the Giants to make it second down and a long 10.
Yeah, they run the reverse to Wan'Dale Robinson, and then they have this penalty that backs them up, so now they're back behind the chains.
Quick throw, Robinson again, and he gets brought down by Devondre Campbell. A tackle up around the neck and a loss of 1 on that. So the Giants are going backward.
Well, I think you come into a game against the Giants, and it's been well documented, the issues that they've had up front with this offensive line. And so they know that there's going to be a lot of quick passes in this game, and you're anticipating those type of plays and those throws. And Devondre Campbell, who's missed some time himself, second game back, he comes up and makes a big play.
So 3rd down and 11, a little shoulder shake, and now Barkley, he's got a long way to go. Devondre Campbell with 2 straight tackles, a gain of 3 to bring up 4th down, and the field goal unit will trot on for the Giants.
Yeah, not much there, because after that penalty, when on the punt return, the Giants got this ball in field goal range, so they didn't have to do anything, and they didn't do anything. So now they're settling for the 3 points.
Andy Bullock has been relegated to number 46. They've had Cade York. They started with Graham Gano. They miss him. This from 48. It is no good. Wide right. AJ picks up 4.
Yeah, you take a look at how Jordan Love has started tonight, just a little bit off. You know, here's the first 3rd down that he had that he missed. And he comes back on that last 3rd down on a previous possession to A.J. Dillon, and just trying to get him some completions here early going and see if he can't settle in a little bit, but just has been a little bit off here in this first quarter.
Second down and 6. Big Dexter Lawrence able to stay onside. Giants thrilled to have him. He was iffy during the week with a bad hamstring as A.J. Dillon runs into Kayvon Thibodeau. He's been great rushing the passer. He makes a stop in the ground game. No gain on the play, so third down for Green Bay.
Yeah, it's really well done by Kayvon Thibodeau. He had lined up a little bit more inside, and he just wins up front and comes in and makes a good play on A.J. Dillon. Kayvon Thibodeau's having a pretty good year this year with the sacks that he has. He has 11 sacks coming into this game. And in his second year has played better football as you would expect.
Over half the sacks for the entire defense, and now that defense has to call a timeout. And so we will stay here before a third down and 6 call being put together by Matt LaFleur. There's Wink Martindale. He reiterated to us before he talked to the media that there is no acrimony with head coach Brian Daboll despite the reports. I would say this: he was pretty generic with the way he worded it, and he told us pretty much the same thing he told the general media, saying nothing's changed in a year and a half. It's just different because last year we were winning games and this year we're not.
Well, and anyone who's been on an NFL sidelines knows that tempers get heated and words are exchanged at times. There's no doubt.
Third down and 6. A completion, but short of first down yardage as Isaiah Simmons makes a strong tackle on Jaden Reed. A gain of 5, and the offense will stay out there on fourth down and a yard.
Well, we'll see whether or not they're going to go for it here or if they are going to use hard count. But I think that based on the limitations that New York has offensively, and we watched that on their last possession, this makes all the sense in the world.
See, analytics says up to 3 yards. You should go for it. They will. As Love rolls out to his right, and they're not going to pick it up. The rookie Deontay Banks forced Dontavian Wicks out of bounds, and it's a turnover on downs as Banks makes the strong play.
Yeah, now Wicks extends the ball, but yeah, he's not yet out. I guess it's
where he crosses the boundary, where that ball crosses the boundary. I've learned that.
Yeah, and I think that that he had already crossed that boundary before he did extend it. But you expect Wicks on that route that he's got to push up at least enough to where when you complete the pass, it's a first down. So not on Jordan Love as much as it does on Wicks, not getting the proper depth. But here's a look, just a matter of where he is on that boundary.
Yeah, and John Perry is with us, and I'm right about that. Am I not, John, that it's where the ball is when the ball crosses the boundary?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think what he does is when he extends.
The ruling is the runner made a first down.
Now they're overturning their own call.
Wow, I don't see it that way. I think the extension is late and just short of the line to gain. It is where that ball, where is it when it crosses the sideline?
Yeah, there's not a definitive look from what we saw. You just have to, they'd have to piece that together, of course, which they do all the time. But it sure looked to me, I agree with you, John, that I didn't think the extension took place until he had crossed the sideline.
So it gives Green Bay the first down as that call is overturned, and the ball sits at their own 48. Over the middle, a high throw, but caught by A.J. Dillon. He made Pinnock miss, and then off to the races is big 28. Pinnock and McFadden missed tackles, and A.J. Dillon rumbles after the catch for 34.
Well, and this is where Jordan Love has gotten good. You're going to see Michael McFadden right here, and as soon as Love feels that he turns and tries to get underneath the intermediate route, he comes right underneath, drops the ball off to Dillon, and then Dillon just takes off and turns that into a really nice gain. But a very decisive decision by Jordan Love, recognizing what was happening at the linebacker level and coming right back to Dillon for the completion.
They ride Dillon on the handoff here, and he is into the waiting arms of A'Shawn Robinson. This is a Giants defense that this season has given up more yards after the catch than any other defense in the NFL, and that was yards after the catch for A.J. Dillon, and the Packers are at just inside the New York 16.
And a lot of those yards after the catch, which is usually the case, is because there's so many missed tackles. The Giants have had too many of those this year, and so what should have been a minimal gain, A.J. Dillon, not easy to bring to the ground. But the story continues for the Giants defensively.
Here's Reed. He's got the first down. He's got the touchdown. Packers on top. And a 16-yard carry for Jaden Reed, his second rushing touchdown of the season.
Well, we talked about getting the ball into Jaden Reed's hands because of Aaron Jones not being on the field. When you see this motion, Thibodeau, he's got to get up the field. As soon as you see Reed that he's in motion, you have to anticipate that that's what's going to happen. You prepare to stop that, and then you play off of that. He was not looking in the right place. Reed's able to get the ball and go right past him.
Extra point on first down. He has yet to complete a pass past the line of scrimmage. This is their to get 6 here.
Well, the one thing that DeVito has done since he took over is he's taken a lot of sacks, and for him to be able to get out of that, you know, on first down and not take a negative play, that is an area. A lot of it's had to do with the offensive line. But some of it is that DeVito he'll hang on to the ball for a while. It's amazing how many sacks he's had.
Here's Saquon. He's going to be short of first down yardage. We are under 20 seconds in the first quarter as he picks up 2, and McDuffie makes that tackle.
And McDuffie, he's off to a good start, taking over for Quay Walker tonight.
Looks like we are going to the second quarter. And we are 7-0. Green Bay took advantage of that ruling that was overturned, went down, scored a touchdown. Speaking Italian is Tommy DeVito with his signature move. The pack on.
Congratulations to the Jets, to Robert Saleh, to Zach Wilson, Nathaniel Hackett. That was good to see.
Here's a 3rd and 1. Pass is caught behind the line of scrimmage, and Saquon Barkley just lowers his shoulder and picks up 6. Brian Daboll he and this offense have been held scoreless in the first quarter 9 times. They get up tempo a little bit here with a first down at their own 39. And to Barkley, and Barkley is going to get nothing as TJ Slayton was the first one there up front for Green Bay.
It's pretty incredible when you watch this Giants offense, and specifically Saquon Barkley, and a guy who missed a few games there with an ankle injury, but since he came back week 6, he leads the NFL in rushing. I mean, he's been effective, but it hasn't been because he's gotten a lot of blocking up front. I mean, we've seen tonight he's getting contact at the line of scrimmage. It's been tough sledding.
They fake the handoff, and here finally is a completion downfield as the pass is caught by Isaiah Hodgins for 14 yards.
Yeah, good job. They got a read option, a run pass option for Tommy DeVito, and he sees that these linebackers, they hit it in the line of scrimmage, and then he's just got to get the ball out and beat the safety with the football, who the corner's beat. So you got him taken care of. Now you just got to get the ball to him before the safety comes over to make a play, and he does it nicely.
16th catch of the season for Hodgins. Fake the handoff here, and DeVito is going to escape trouble and turn this into a big play and get another first down.
Well, he's escaped the pocket now a couple of times, but you get to this situation, and it's a fine line in knowing when you can get through all that traffic and not take the sack and turn it into a positive play. But he does an outstanding job of navigating through all of that and picking up a first down.
Now a Wildcat formation on first down. The handoff to Wan'Dale Robinson, and off he goes. Robinson forced out inside the 10. And a young man who is almost exactly a year removed from